Hope you're having a super fantastic sparkling day. Welcome to Porch Light Letters podcast number 2301. Dancing in the rain and doors opening. That's what we're talking about today. So, how did the day start? It was an early start. My alarm went off at 5 o'clock, or 5:07, and then at 5:20 it went beep. And usually that beep means that it's a reminder that an event's coming up. So I had to look at my thing and I had an open office to do in like 10 minutes. So it was jump out of bed, throw some clothes on, just dress the top half, left the PJs on, and come in here and get online in time to do the open office, which was good. It was good. Got that done. And then started doing work for clients. So I got some good work in, and then mum and dad were stirring, so it was time to go have breakfast. And then after breakfast, a little more work. And then we were online with the chat. Oh, then I got an urgent message from my co-worker to say, my internet is out. Are you able to get on early? So we got on a few minutes early because of the her internet being out. And I started off slow, but then it got really, really busy on the chat today. And I have not had a busy chat like that in a long time. It was awesome. I was like, oh, got to answer this person. And then there's like ding, ding, ding going off as people are responding to whatever it is you've told them. And then, of course, because you take longer than a minute, there's question marks start coming up. Like, are you still there? Yes, I am still here, but I'm not the only, it's sort of like people. When you're talking to a help chat person, they are dealing with more than one chat at a time. You are not the only one they're talking to. But yeah, so it was interesting to see that, if I didn't respond within 1 minute, there was question marks coming through, or questions like, are you still there? Have I lost you? And things like that. And I was just sort of like, I'm just taking them in the order that they come in and just working my way through in a steady, methodic process, which got everything done and dealt with. Nothing was urgent, which was good. If it was urgent, like they had a system down or something like that, then yeah, I can totally understand all of that. But system wasn't down, system was functioning properly, and nobody had anything urgent that had to be dealt with, which was good. And I tell you, the time went like that. Mum and Dad went out and did grocery shopping. We were back before I knew it. Then they bought me morning tea, which was yummy banana bread today. And then the next thing I know, they're asking what I wanted for lunch and bringing in my lunch. And then my little clock over here that's on mountain time goes ding, ding, and it goes ding, ding at the top of the hour, which signaled it was the end of the day. And I looked at the clock and went, oh, it's 5 p.m. mountain time. I guess I better get on. So the day went really, really fast. But during all of that, during the lulls, my brother sent me a message to say, hey, this house has just come on the rental market, because he knows I'm looking for a house and what I'm looking for. And so I went in and I thought, well, I haven't even had a chance to look today. Yesterday, there was no new listings. Hadn't had a chance to look today to see if there's any new listings for what I was looking for. And he sent me this one and we had a look at it and I was like, well, this is just around the corner from my folks. It's like a 9-minute walk from here to there. Although I'm not sure what pace they measure that 9-minute walk at, but we'll find out on Tuesday, because we're going to go for a look through the place on Tuesday. So hang on, I've got a car stopping out. Oh no. Got this car in the parking lane it's just dropped across my parents' driveway. Oh, that's interesting. Anyway, I've got to see what's going on. I tell you, sitting here at the front of the house, you get to see a lot of stuff. People driving, walking, riding, on scooters, on walking their dogs, running. The dogs running. I've seen people walking ahead with a pushchair and the dogs running along behind, not on a leash. And I was like, really? We're on a really busy road and you're letting your dog off the leash? Yeah. Now they're backing up. They've stopped across my parents' driveway. Now they're backing up. Hang on. I got to send a text message. Nope, they're moving again. No, they are definitely parking. Oh, they're going to the house next door. Yeah, house next door's moving. And so they're selling stuff. So they're probably pulling up to sell stuff, to get whatever they've purchased. That's cheap. So off track, so distracting. I should close the blinds when I'm doing the podcast. You get to see all sorts of things. I tell you, it's fun. And I report back to my mum what's happening in the houses around us too, because the house across the road has been rented and we're waiting for the new tenants to move in. And then the the agent that had the listing was there like for over an hour today doing I don't know what. It looked like she was taking more photos inside the house. So yeah, so it was interesting just to keep watching things. I know, nosy neighbors. I haven't done that in a long time. But anyway, back on track. So my brother sent me this house, which is just around the corner, about 9-minute walk from here. And so I went online and had a look at it, and they included a floor plan, which you don't often see on rental properties here in New Zealand on the listings. And so I had a look at the pictures that they had, and they weren't too bad. And I had a look at the floor plan. I thought, that could work. That could work. But I need to walk the space. The rooms look big, they look large and that sort of thing, but I need to walk the space because I physically have to feel the space to know if it's right. So I immediately got online. The listing agent did not have her contact phone number there. So I sent her an email straight away. They sent me back a system generated email saying, if you want to book a time, go here. We have a viewing time available for you. And so I went in, and it's going to be 2 p.m. on Tuesday, my time in New Zealand, which will be Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So an hour before my lives. So the lives on Monday may be late. Monday night may be late for the US. But anyway, so did all of that. Then that finally sent me her phone number. So I called her up to see, can we come in earlier? Because the 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom houses are not staying on the market very long. They go very, very quickly, especially if they're in a good neighborhood and they're in good condition and that sort of stuff. And so I called her up, and she says, no, actually, Tuesday is the first day that the tenants have given us that they will have the house ready for people to come through. And she says, you've actually got the first viewing slot available. I was like, yes. So we're going to be the first people through on Tuesday. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. So I'm super excited about that. Although I'm trying not to get too excited in case it's not the right place. But then there was another 3-2 that came on the market a few days ago, but hasn't, for whatever reason, hasn't been showing up in the listings. And it's around the corner, and it's 7 minutes from my mum and dad's place. But it only has a single garage, and they're asking $100 more a week than the place that came on the market today. So it's going to be interesting to see. And I would rather pay the lower rate and get more space because the other one's only got a single car garage, and I want a double car garage. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens on Tuesday. But apart from that, and it's been raining on and off all day, so I've been outside dancing in the rain. I've been splaying, and we don't get a lot of puddles because there's just some surface water that'll be on the concrete patio out back, and so but it's enough to splash in. I didn't splash before I came online. So, and somebody is out mowing the lawns while it's raining. They started while it's raining. It's not raining now, but they're still mowing the lawns. And I'm like, yeah. That was interesting. Mowing in the rain. Who'd have thunk? I would not go out mowing in the rain. The grass gets all clumpy and wet, and gets stuck on the blades and all that cool stuff. So, today I'm extremely grateful today for the busy morning that I had, followed by being able to maybe find my rental property. Yesterday, I got an email from the company that is accepting my shipments of my stuff, with like about 5 attachments that I have to all print them all off, and I have to fill them all out and then scan them and send them all back to them, along with copies of my passport. So that they're ready to receive it's all the paperwork they need to receive my household stuff. But there's pages of it. And like, there's one document which will not get filled out. They want to know the total amount of alcohol that you are bringing in. I kid you not. They have a separate form with alcohol, with what name it is, what's the brand, what's the type, how many liters are you bringing in, everything, like anything they can find out about that bottle of booze, wine, whatever. It's the booze list. I said, well, there's one form I don't need to worry about. Not at all. So that's good. That was good. But there was things like, do you have any of these products in your thing? And I'm like thinking, my God, I don't know half the stuff that's in there, because they were packing stuff they weren't supposed to pack. And then they were packing stuff I had told them to pack. And then they were repacking boxes which had already been packed from previous moves and hadn't been unpacked. And I'm like thinking, do I have any of this? And I'm like, and then it says, if you're unsure, answer yes. So I was like, that solves that problem then. But then one of them was shells. And I'm like, oh, yes, I do have one. And I was like, shells, yes, I do have some shells coming in because those that have been following me would have seen my mason jar that I did when I was 4 years old that has a orangey pink outside and it's got seashells stuck to it. I did that when I was about 4 years old here in New Zealand, so it's coming back home. So I'm definitely going to make sure I mention that and say that it was made here in New Zealand when I was 4 years old. I'm now 50. I'm about to turn 59. That's how old that vase is. The vases that I made when I was 4. What else is in? And I was trying to think what else is in there. So when I'm going through, do you have this? And I look to see what examples they have. I'm like thinking, do I have that? And then like, do you have any food products? And I'm like, there shouldn't be any food products, but I may have some essential oils caught up in stuff. So I'll definitely declare that and say there may be some essential oils. Like I know about half of what's coming over. The other half is stuff that's been packed in boxes because I didn't have the need to unpack it at that time, but I wanted to bring it to New Zealand with me because I'm going to need it down here. And so I have no idea what half my stuff is. Like I'm going through the system going, I really don't remember. Is there food items in there? I'm going to say yes because I'm not sure. So I've got that fun task coming up. So I've got to print everything off and fill out all these forms, scan them and put them back and send them back to them. So that's going to be a fun task to do over the next week or so. So with that, I have questions. I have reflection questions. I always have reflection questions for you. So your reflection questions today. When did you last feel like you were truly back on top of something and what helped you get there? Number 2, how do you stay connected to joy and spontaneity even in the middle of a busy day? Number 3, what do you need to feel settled in a new space, physically, emotionally, or energetically? Or even all three? Number 4, what does possibility look like in your life right now and where is it showing up? So I'm super excited about the fact that I've got a house to actually go walk through because I've been looking at so many online and haven't been able to walk through them. There was one place that came up that we were trying to get into to see, and we sent them messages. They didn't respond to those messages. They said there was no viewing times available. And before I could call them, I got a notification that the listing had been removed. They'd already rented it out. And I'm just like, pfft. So obviously not the place for me. So that's the attitude I'm taking. If it is not the right space for me, it means that the right one is coming along. So is this one going to be the right one? We don't know. We won't know until we walk through it and have a look at it. But I'll give you an update on Wednesday my time, which no, actually I'll be able to give you an update that same day, probably, maybe. I don't know. It depends on what happens when we go for the walkthrough because I'll be coming back here to do my live after that. So, but for now, I am out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we will catch you guys tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Yes. Yes, we're good.